Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Game of Thrones and It's Coming. This is going to be another update video where we take a look at the newest patch that's been added, what's going to change in the game and what's new. Once we take a look at the patch, as we can see here, there is some stuff related to the anniversary, there's new content, some improvements in general for commanders and overall improvements. The anniversary related things are about the Return of the Night King event. It's going to start on the 10th of April. Along with that, there's going to be a new ranking system as well, where you are granted rewards based on how fast you clear the event, I would assume. These things haven't been implemented yet, so we can't really take a look at that in this video, but we are going to keep our eyes open for it for the future and take a look at it for the future. The main part of the video will be focusing around the new content in the form of the new weapon from Zack. It has been added and removed on and off a bit a couple of patches ago. It wasn't really implemented correctly. It should be in now, and we're going to take a look at that, of course, and kind of discuss how it's going to affect the game. Improvements in terms of commanders, adjustments to the promotion system. The promotion button was only available in commander that meets the condition of promotion. After the update, promotion button can both filling up the experience for required commander level, also complete the commander promotion in one go. Improved display of commander awakening screen and location of the promote button. So there's going to be some quality of life adjustments in terms of that. In terms of improvements overall, there are some new changes to how the alliance recruitment can work now. Instead of having to set out a certain castle level requirement, you can also take a power requirement or otherwise one of the two that you can pick between, which is really nice, I suppose, if you want to have a semi-open alliance. And then there's also some other adjustments in terms of the patch. But basically, the idea for this video is going to be that we're going to take a look at the Zack weapon first, then the commander changes, and then we're going to take the last section where we're going to take some of the smaller updates that have been added here too, to keep you guys up to date with the game. So let's jump right into it. So, to get access to the Zack weapon, you actually have to make use of the Amethyst shop. The Amethyst shop is, of course, along with the Recruitment Pass, Dragonforge Pack, and so on, in the same tab. There is several offers in that regard. You can get the 60 BD for 7 days offer, where you get all 3 packs for 60 BD for 7 days, of course, which is the fast, less expensive offer if you want to take that. And then there's of course the slower paced one where you can get 1 pack for 1 BD each day and kind of do it the slow way if you want to. In regards to the fragments for the weapon, they are costing 15 amethysts each, and since you can get a maximum of 30 amethysts a day each, then you can get a maximum of 2 fragments for the weapon a day each. And this of course also means that you will need around 50 days if you do it the fast way to get the weapon, and you will need over 100 days to actually get it the slow way if you do it with the 1 BD pack way in at least. So it's a little bit time consuming, depends how fast you want it and so on, but it's available now and fairly easy to get. There's just a limit in terms of time in that regard. If you take a look at the weapon itself, the weapon is, as far as I remember, a total attack weapon and total health weapon, which means that you can adjust it to whatever need you have. You can make it an infantry weapon, you can make it a spear weapon, cav weapon, and so on and so on. So it's rather flexible in that regard, and Zack as a commander is also rather flexible because he is about the total stats in that regard. It gives a buff in terms of its awakening skill, nothing huge, it's just that allows just a slightly better version of it, I suppose. But if you want to pick it up, it's probably one of the cheaper weapons that you can get in the game currently, and because it's so flexible, you can pretty much use it on any commander you want. If you're missing a weapon that has a specific requirement in your formation, for example, which is really great. And keep in mind, like, even though it's Zack's weapon, then it's not solely locked to him. You can use it on other commanders as well. So let's say you may be missing one weapon for a commander, you can put it on that commander and then add just spear stats in terms of random attributes, because that's how the total weapons work now, that they are flexible in that regard. You can move it in specific directions you want it to. But this kind of covers the majority of the sec weapon in this patch. We can now take a look at the commander changes, and these changes aren't really anything really big or specific, but they are nice to actually mention. So when we look at Robert, you can see now that you are able to actually click the commander promotion button already. Before, you actually had to level up the commander to 65 before you could actually click the commander promote button. Now you can click on it. You can see here commander XP is checked off, gold medal is checked off. So if I click promotion now, it will automatically increase the level to the max level that's available right now. So that kind of speeds up the process a little bit. It's a nice thing in that regard. The commander promotion button has also been made more visible, so that people are able to actually get a hold of it. In terms of the awakening system and so on, it's somewhat similar. I'm not sure if they have added something in regards to the passive skills or active skills. Mainly because this is like the main issue I've had with the commander system right now, the awakening system right now, that you can't really see if the stats are passive or they are active. And based on how the iron shown here, I do not believe they have added that yet, but that's possibly something that's to come in the future. But at least the commander button, they are still looking at stuff to actually increase, and you can see here, at least for the active skills that you have, or army skills, that they are passive or active, so in that regard it helps. Before we end the video, we are of course also going through some of the minor changes or new things that have been added into the game that hasn't been talked about or shown. Mainly, one of the first things is of course that the official website event is open. Even if you haven't caught the first days, you can still catch all days. It's running for 16 days and you get the rewards for, I believe it's 10 days worth of rewards. So you have a couple of days to actually get it. You can see it's available at cast level 20. The rewards are really great. Remember, once you go to the page, that you go down, all the way down, because there should be a castle skin or castle exterior and some other stuff there that you can get, which is really nice. So make sure to get that. It's free stuff, it's super easy. The anniversary login event will end in 7 days, so make sure that you also get all of the login rewards from that at the same time. Keep in mind that if you miss a day or so, you can unlock it with blue diamonds. I believe it's 500 blue diamonds per unlock if you miss a day or two, which is really nice because the 30-day rewards is really huge. 3000 blessing stones is a lot. I believe it's at least over 180 BD black diamonds value, so make sure to get that. And the blue diamonds are of course also nice, so that's something to keep your eyes out on. Other thing is that there's been slight change to Alliance Boss. From what I've gathered, we did some testing yesterday, rallies against it. We did not take any losses at all. From what I heard from the other alliance that is on the server, they do not take any losses either, so I believe you can just send in full T4 now, or T5, and you will not take any casualties from the Alliance Boss. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I think that's how it is right now, and I believe it's also that's how it's supposed to work. So some things that have changed that hasn't really been talked about yet, so this is something to keep out on, of course. And this pretty much covers what I had to say in this video and about this patch. Overall, decent patch, really nice one. I believe next patch will probably be the bigger one with the adjustments to the Night King event and the ranking, of course. But yeah, I hope you all have a great time. Siege of Winterfell is running right now, so I wish you all good luck with that as well. And enjoy your weekend, and take care, guys. Bye bye.